Very well. Now, I got to bring in Bucky Brooks, but I also got to bring in my brother. Bring your brother to school day, I guess. Bring your brother to work day. Big bro Sam Acho for this segment. Now, fellas, you all both are the married man on this show. However, I got to talk to y'all about love languages, because I think that's really what's going on here with Aaron Rodgers. Now, for those of y'all that are well-read, for those of y'all that at least read Twitter, we know there are 5 love languages: acts of service, quality time, gifts, physical touch, words of affirmation. But in the NFL, there's really only one love language, and the lack of that love is what's led to Aaron Rodgers' frustration. Money, baby. In the NFL, the only love language that matters is about money. Money equals love. Don't show me that you love me. I don't care if you start me. I don't care what you say. How much are you paying me? And if y'all have not yet realized, Aaron Rodgers runs out of guaranteed money at the end of this season. So you can pay Aaron Rodgers in acts of service. Hey, Aaron Rodgers, go out there and be our starter. You can pay Aaron Rodgers in quality time. Hey, Aaron Rodgers, let's have meetings before games, after games. You can pay Aaron Rodgers in a plethora of ways. Go host Jeopardy if you want to. We don't care. But the only way Aaron Rodgers wants to receive his love is through direct deposit. And the fact of the matter is, Packers are falling short there, and as a result, they got beef with Aaron Rodgers. So who do I blame for the drama in Green Bay? Absolutely the Green Bay Packers, because you got to understand, how does your star quarterback receive love? And I ain't talking about Jordan love. I'm talking about how does he receive actual love, and it's through direct deposit. Show him the guaranteed money, Packers, and he'll show you another MVP season in Green Bay. But Sam, you heard my take. You heard my 2 cents. What say you? Who is to blame for Aaron Rodgers' frustration in Green Bay?
Well, for me, it's all about Aaron Rodgers. He's the one to blame. And he has to understand, in the NFL, you get it, I get it, everyone is replaceable. Let's go back to the Indianapolis Colts. We saw Peyton Manning was dominant. All of a sudden, he was replaced by Andrew Luck. Let's go to New England. Drew Bledsoe played really, really well. All of a sudden, he ends, and he's replaced by Tom Brady. And then I looked at Green Bay. I looked at Green Bay, and I said, okay, Green Bay had a really, really good quarterback, Brett Favre. He was really, really good, right? Green Bay loved him. And all of a sudden, he was replaced by the man we're talking about right now, Aaron Rodgers. And so, yes, you have to show people love, but you have to remember that everyone is replaceable. Even my time in the NFL, I remember I came in, I replaced Joey Porter, who's probably going to be in the Hall of Fame. Easy. And I got replaced myself a couple years later by a guy, Khalil Mack, who hopefully will be in the Hall of Fame as well. Everyone in this league is replaceable. Aaron Rodgers, as much as you're the greatest quarterback, one of the top 5 maybe ever to play, you're also replaceable. So then you blame Aaron Rodgers for the drama going on in Green Bay? Absolutely, because he has to understand that you're not bigger than the team. You're not bigger than the team. The GM's job is to build a winning team, not just for this year, not just for next year, but for the next 5 and 10 years. And so Aaron Rodgers is complaining about he hasn't had other players drafted to help him on the offensive side of the ball. Yet all of a sudden, Green Bay's been in 10 playoffs the last couple years. They're going every single year. So Aaron Rodgers has to understand, okay, I'm good, but I also can be replaced. So tone back, sit back, chill out, and let your team do what they need to do. I'm going to need you to expound on how exactly is Aaron Rodgers' fault in a second. But before that, Bucky Brooks, talk to me. Who do you blame for the drama between Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers?
Hey, Emmanuel, I'm so glad you brought your big brother to school to work today, because your big brother's dropping knowledge. I don't even have to really drop many nuggets because he took care of it. He is absolutely right. It's bigger than Aaron Rodgers. It's about the team. And if Aaron Rodgers didn't want this situation to really come back at him, he could have played better. He could have played better in the 3 years preceding the draft where they decided to get Jordan Love. It wouldn't have been an issue. But in the 3 preceding years, completion percentage went down each year from 64 to 62.7 to 62. Passer rating went down from 97 to 95.4. The record of the team was 23 and 15. So if I'm Aaron Rodgers, yes, I can be mad, but look, the Packers had every right to begin to think, hey, our quarterback is in the mid-30s. The play isn't trending upward, it's trending downwards. It's time for us to get another quarterback in Jordan Love. Let's just get one ready in the on-deck circle just in case he doesn't pull out of this slump. He pulled out of it, but he can't be mad and have revisionist history because all of a sudden they brought Jordan Love in. Hey, you said it. It's about the money, but they didn't cut his pay when he wasn't playing up to snuff, so he can't expect to get a treat because he just played at MVP level. It doesn't work like that. He needs to understand and get out of his feelings and go back to work.
Fellas, can we establish something? Bucky Brooks, Sam Acho, can we please establish something? Every now and then in life, I understand that, you can't be bigger than the team. You can't be bigger than the entity for which you work. Unless you are the team. Aaron Rodgers is the Green Bay Packers. That's where you all need to understand, like I've had to understand. Bucky, there ain't no Packers without Aaron Rodgers. You see what happens when Aaron Rodgers gets hurt. You see how that record goes. Bucky Brooks, the man just had, 54 combined touchdowns last season, 48 passing touchdowns through the air, and you want to talk about the team? You want to talk about Devontae Adams being a top 5 receiver? Wonder who his quarterback is. You want to talk about Aaron Jones being a top 5 running back? I wonder how stacked those boxes are if you have Aaron Rodgers at the quarterback position. Aaron Rodgers is the team. So, yes, you all are, in fact, correct that the GM has to look 5, 10 years into the future. But if my math is correct, carry the 2. Tom Brady was 43, minus 37. Aaron Rodgers is 37. That's 6 years left of quality quarterback play if we assume that Aaron Rodgers, which we all know is as physically talented as Tom Brady, if we can assume that Aaron Rodgers, who is just as physically talented as Brady, can continue to play as Brady has continued to play, Sam, right then and there is 5 more years of great quarterback play. Now, Bucky Brooks, I got to say one more little note. Aaron Rodgers, let's not make a mistake. During his down year, y'all remember the year that was so atrocious that the Packers had to go draft a first-round pick in Jordan Love? Aaron Rodgers' terrible year. He threw for 26 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. Oh, that's so bad. Remember that year Dak Prescott got an MVP vote, his rookie year? He threw for 23 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. So Aaron Rodgers' terrible year, which nearly got him replaced, Bucky Brooks, was actually Dak Prescott's best year. But what do I know? I'm just reading these stats, Bucky Brooks. Don't hate me. I just deliver the news. I do not create it. So, Sam, I'm really going to need a much more thorough explanation as how this is Aaron Rodgers' fault when all the stats say that the Packers go as Aaron Rodgers goes. And if Aaron Rodgers is gone, the Packers, I don't know where they're going to be.
Well, yeah, I hear what you're saying. There's truth to the fact that Aaron Rodgers is the team. But going back to my first point, you're not bigger than the team. Aaron Rodgers, he's complaining, he's upset, he's not happy at what he doesn't have. But what he does have is some outside linebackers on the edge that are rushing the quarterback. What he does have is Devontae Adams, a top 5 wide receiver. What he does have, and you alluded to this as well, Aaron Jones, a top running back. Oh, and by the way, running backs run behind offensive lines. David Bakhtiari, probably the best offensive tackle in the game. So Aaron Rodgers has a lot, but let's not forget what he also had. He had Jordy Nelson, a really good wide receiver. He also had Randall Cobb, a really good wide receiver. So you cannot forget about what you had. Yes, Aaron, you are the team. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. That's why no one wants to see you go. But we're asking the question of who is causing the rift. It's got to be A-Rod. Do you want more money? Is that what it is, to your point, Emmanuel? If it is, then say pay me. Pay me, period. And maybe they'll say yes, maybe they'll say no. They probably have to because you are the team. But if you're sitting here saying, I want to be traded, I want to go somewhere else, I'm not happy because you're not the GM, or you're not happy because you don't make all the decisions or don't have all the control, I'm not buying it. A-Rod, you are the team, but also you're not bigger than the team.
You know, it's funny that you bring up the team, right? Because everyone always makes this parallel as Tom Brady went to Tampa and they gave him everything and that's why they won. And so now we have all these quarterbacks saying, I need more control. But let's think about this Tampa Bay team that Tom Brady went to. Tom Brady went to a team that already had Mike Evans, already had Chris Godwin. Most of the offensive line was already intact. Defensively, Jason Pierre-Paul was already there. Ndamukong Suh was there. Devin White was there. Levante David was there. Everybody was there. So Tom Brady shows up, and you know what Tom Brady brings? Tom Brady shows up at a dinner party with the sweet potatoes. He brought Rob Gronkowski. He brought Antonio Brown. So he brought some brown and serve rolls. He brought Leonard Fournette. So, yes, he brought some Kool-Aid. That's all he brought to the party. The meal was already there.
Lucky. And
so Aaron Rodgers is sitting here saying, oh, I want what Tom Brady has. But when I look at what Tom Brady has what the Packers already have in place, because I'm looking at a team that has gone to back-to-back championship games, whether Aaron Rodgers plays at an MVP level or not. And so when we take these shots at Brian Gutekunst in this front office, I'm saying regardless of how Aaron Rodgers plays, the team gets to the same spot. And if we're going to credit Aaron Rodgers for being the team is 1-4 in NFC Championship games when number 12 tries out. So if you want all the cash, you want all the cake, at some point, you need to get us beyond this point